From the Post-Millennial, David Hogg under fire from fellow Democrats for using DNC contact list to fundraise for personal PAC.
Oops.
David, it's not been 2 weeks and you're already embroiled in a corruption scandal. I am impressed. I was saying all morning, this guy, I love David Hogg. He's got cojones.
Let's get him for president.
Yo, let me tell you. Let me tell you. He makes Joe Biden look like a baby kitten. Well, I mean, maybe that's his old age and his inability to walk or open his eyes. But David Hogg gets in the DNC as vice chair. First thing he does is he goes to their DNC contact list and sends all of those people a request for money for himself personally for his personal political action. I'm so impressed by his gall.
It's chutzpah.
Yeah, it really is impressive, and I'm equally as excited about this because the damage he is doing to the Democrat brand is insurmountable. At this pace, we're going to win the midterms.
Yeah, it's not just the brand; it's also he's decided to enrich himself over promoting the DNC, and I support him wholeheartedly.
Me too. Look, let me say this: there are two battleships on the great ocean of politics. There is the elephant, and there is the jackass. And David Hogg is on his ship as we watch it sinking. And we're like, me, oh my, the Democrat ship is sinking. Heavens, what's happening? A bunch of people are boarding it. We see this little dinghy jump on and we're like, perhaps they'll begin repairs. So we start telling all of our troops, get ready because in 18 months, we are going to have a midterm battle, your life. And then we look over and the ship with David Hogg is just looting everything. And we're like, wait, the fires aren't being put out. They're looting what's left. I think we're good.
David Hogg is doing what the Democrats do best, build a platform out of dead children and profit off of it.
He's looting the corpse of the DNC.
That's all they do. All they do.
They're mad at him. Even, I feel bad for Cameron Kasky because he's been all right. You know, he's another one of these kids who came out of the Parkland thing, Parkland. He says, quote, I mean, it's just very frustrating to be in a party in desperate need of increased accountability for our struggling leadership and watch someone who was never held accountable ascend to leadership.
Yeah.
Oh.
And also, can I just be petty for a moment?
Yes.
Who was also a Stoneman Douglas survivor. Cameron actually was a Stoneman Douglas survivor, and David Hogg wasn't.
Yeah, David Hogg was he just went there. He wasn't there that day, and
I believe he was there early and left.
Yeah. He was not there when the actual shooting was.
He was. I believe I could be wrong. Maybe you're right, but my understanding was he was nowhere near where the shooting took place, but he was at school.
He was in another building in campus.
He was in a different building. Yeah. He went home, and then when he heard that the press was doing interviews, he jumped on his bike and rode as fast as he could to the school to give interviews.
Yeah. This is my golden ticket.
He injected himself into it.
Yep.
But come on, I just want to say it again. Like, the Democratic Party is on fire, and they're screaming, help us, help us. And David Hogg goes, I'll save you, runs in, grabs a bunch of money, and runs out the door. And they're just like, where's he going?
It's on brand. This is how he ascended to where he is now. So I think he's great, and I think that he's a wonderful future for the Democratic Party.
I hope it helps his pillow sales.
What if he's been a Republican the whole time, and he's like, he's just like, plan. I am going to cause so much damage to the Democrat brand. Republicans will win for the next 10 elections.
That'd be sick.
Because, I mean, come on, like, look at what he's doing.
Yeah, he's a good
No sane person thinks that guy's a Democrat. He may not be a Republican, but he's not a Democrat. Yeah. He's like a con man. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's just selling the grift.
He is definitely a con man.
Yeah.
He doesn't
like a test tube version of Beto O'Rourke.
He's built in a lab, and they're like, he will be able to grift and destroy the Democrats once and by Republicans.
Test tube version of Beto O'Rourke.
The Koch brothers had been incubating him for some time, ready to unleash him as a sleeper agent against the DNC.
Took all the worst things about Beto and put into one person.
Condense it to that, yeah.
I'm not a fan of David Hogg. I think that he's terrible. I think that the Democrats got what they deserved by him being the vice chair of the DNC. Who was the last vice chair? Who did he replace?
I think, didn't they do 3 vice chair or whatever?
Oh,
wasn't
really?
I thought the story was that, like, they agreed there had to be, a woman, a person of color.
Was it?
Was that what it was?
I hope you're right, because that
it does sound right.
That's just perfect.
I could be wrong about that.
If it wasn't for this, it was for another thing they had, where they needed to have everyone represented.
Yeah, okay, no, there are several vice chairs. The current chair is Ken Martin, and then vice chair is Raina Walters Morgan, Malcolm Kenyatta, Artie Blanco, and David Hogg.
Wow.
So yeah, well there you go.
He's bad.
Deputy chairs.
He's really, really bad.
Oh, wow. Look how far back in time you can go. Look at all these different chairs of the
Look at
Democratic
the
Party.
de-evolution to David Hogg. Can we do that?
The de-evolution.
Like the vice chair's de-evolution down to
Howard
Tim Kaine.
Dean and Tim Kaine.
There's Donna Brazil. Everyone was very excited about that.
Ken Martin.
Ken Martin, good luck, sir. You got a lot cut out
He's
for
a
you.
white man, though.
Robert
we gotta
McLean.
Get on that.
They had a lot of slave owners.
sick haircuts.
Yeah, back in the day.
Man.
Back in
I
the
can't believe they have a white man at the top. That's really very shameful. They should definitely fix that right away.
I don't want them to fix anything.
Blackface?
I think it's awesome.
I want to find the story about how they. Cause someone told me that they had a requirement that.
That sounds familiar now.
Yeah, it was like there has to be it has to be diversity or whatever.
Yeah.
I think I
the
mentioned
DEI
that.
of Again,
it
it's
was-
something that I really support.
I think it had to do with who you could vote for. You couldn't vote for all the same gender. You had to vote for.
Oh, is that what it was?
I think, and I don't have any. I don't remember exactly where I saw it. I think I heard it on a podcast or something like that. So I don't.
I mean, maybe they were
They
joking.
were trying to do the laws, and then she even messed up the laws while she was talking about the gender stuff.
Is that what it was?
A week or two ago. Yeah, I forget where it was.
Yeah. But again, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. The Democrats need to decide what they want. Are they the party of are they the party of the working class, or are they the party of the extremely poor and extremely rich?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way the party they are now is we're the party of the extremely rich, and we will dole out money via the government to the very poor.
I got to be honest. The Democratic Party, in 2015, Vox.com said it was the party of the wealthy.
Yeah.
Today, the Democratic Party is the party of low functioning, I guess, amoral cultists.
Yeah.
Like, they don't represent wealth. Yeah. They don't represent the working class. They just represent people who have no cognitive function.
I mean, I think it's just low information. I was liberal until I started reading books.
What kind of liberal?
I mean, Howard Dean,
Okay.
marching. I would go to the protests outside of Fox News. This is what democracy.
Oh,
looks
earthy,
like.
crunchy liberal.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then
okay.
it turned out it was really nice. Now there is that movement on the right, so I didn't even have to go that far.
That's hilarious, isn't it? But I think that speaks to the idea that the left is the party of the rich,
Yes.
champagne socialists,
Well,
and the party of
They think they're the party of the working class. A lot
What?
of them.
No,
A lot
I
of them
don't think they do.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Like, I think these people think they are, like David Hogg.
No. Hogg knows exactly what's going on. Come on, he ran in full speed and ran out cash. He's not playing the games. Do you guys know? Do you remember the battle in Seattle? Let me
Yeah.
pull this one up.
I think so.
Yup, it was
hilarious.
the battle in Seattle.
Do you mean was it the World Bank thing?
That's the movie. We don't want the movie. So it was the 1999 World Trade Organization protests.
For sure, yeah.
So in 1999, leftists staged a massive protest in Seattle to protest against free trade in the World Trade Organization. Come 16 years later, Donald Trump, representing much of these same ideas, was considered far right and lambasted by many of the veterans of the WTO protests.
Yeah. Noah Rothman, my husband works for Commentary Magazine, and Noah Rothman just wrote it was basically a book in Commentary Magazine. But he wrote about sort of the basis of all of these left-wing violence movements, and this was his jumping off point was
The anti-globalization movement.
That's right.
Yeah.
And take a look at this image that they use for the anti-globalization movement. There's a guy with the anarchist A. These are clearly not. It's anarchism in the United States. How is it that in 1999 the police were pepper spraying anti-globalists?
Yep. This was like an Alex Jones movement. You know?
Yep. And then Donald Trump comes in. He's like, I agree with the left on all of this. He's far right. We're for the government now. Okay, well, the left is just whatever the right isn't, I guess.
I do strongly believe that this is the result of the end of the Smith Modernization Act. And I didn't know.
I disagree with that.
You think so?
Yeah, because no one's ever articulated what exactly happened that resulted in this shift from government.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Barack Obama, and so there was a law banning propaganda against the U.S. people. It ends. What then happened that converted people from left to right?
So I think that the media used to lean to the left, and I think that the media became staunchly the mouthpiece for the left. And I think that
After the end of Smith modernization.
Yeah, around the time.
What year was that?
That was 2012. I think it actually took effect in 2013.
When the CIA was running Mockingbird and directly paying journalists to write the news to support the machine state, that was good.
But they were targeting the right back then, or they were targeting the left back then. The whole operation.
But again, my point is, we know for a fact that the CIA intelligence agencies had long infiltrated the media. I can tell you for a fact that in 2013, State Department had been calling news organizations, and well before I worked for some of these companies.
2013 said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so in 2013, I learned from executives at some companies that they had long been in communication with the State Department as to what stories they were covering, what they were learning, and how they could assist the U.S. government in this regard. People like to say, Obama made propaganda legal. Nothing changed. The deep state and the powerful interests were always controlling the media. There was always the machine. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.